and welcome to Deicide, the esports web show for Smite. We're going to be having, as you see, we have the top 4 team captains here with us. We have Allied from Root Gaming, Stermes from Borderland Gaming North America, Zapman from Curse Gaming, and Spooh from MyR.eu. And we're also joined by Bart, who is represented by the blue bar at the top. Hello, guys, and welcome. How are you guys doing today? We'll start with Allied.
Grand. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Stermes?
I'm pretty good.
Good. Zapman?
Doing well, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Spooh?
I'm pretty good.
Excellent. And Bart?
Always wonderful. In the company of these fine gentlemen.
Yes. Awesome. So, what we wanted to talk about was last week's tournaments. We'll start off with that. And let's see, what do we got in store for us? We have the MyR.eu. Actually, let's start off with the Curse brackets. I have those. So, Curse started off rather weird. They had, what was it, like most of the teams were in the bottom bracket, and then Curse was at the top. And so they pretty much rolled away through to the finals, and then it was, granted they beat out SK, or SK was lost to Reason. Reason then was beaten by Curse, and then Curse went on to the finals. Down at the bottom bracket was more interesting. Does anybody have any comments they wanted to say about that? Spoo, you were at the MyR.eu, who got the face-off Root Gaming in the 3rd round, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you guys think about that game? It was a long game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pretty good game, I recall. I remember I had really lots of FPS issues, so it was kind of painful for me to play, and my team was kind of carrying my back, but I think we did a pretty good job. Nevertheless, I can't remember the games.
That's not good. That's not good.
Not learning from your mistakes. Tisk, tisk.
It's okay. I can't remember them either because it's a minute, so no comment there.
And the kind of upset of last week also was blg.na lost to Worth It. Stermes, do you have any comments?
We were having one of those days, that's all I gotta say.
One of those days.
He doesn't remember that game either.
I don't want to remember.
So, Allied and you and Zapman, you guys got to meet up in the finals and really like battle it out. It was some obnoxiously long games, especially that first game, wasn't it? That was ridiculous, or was it the second game?
Well, I've been banned for a week, so I missed out on these.
That's right.
Tour matches.
Tisk, tisk.
It's okay.
I'm sure you watched.
I was watching though, and first game was good for our team. Second game, my team got pounded, and then third game, there was like Root Gaming had a really good lead, and it just got thrown with the Fire Giant call, and then after that, Curse, they knew what they had to do to carry out the win from there because they got Fire Giant, and they did everything they had to do to secure the win. They played it smart, and yeah, that was it. And then they won. So, if I remember correctly, that was the 3rd game, right?
Zapman,
So,
was that the 3rd game?
Yeah, that was the 3rd game.
Okay. What did you think about that series?
It's just like every series with Root comes down to game 3. It's pretty intense, pretty just like crazy suspense the whole time. It's really like draining. The first game, we made a few mistakes. Like we had a lead in the beginning, and then we committed too hard in the mid tower, and then Hades pwned us. And then after that, we just learned not to overcommit to things and just stay disciplined. And second game, we did that. Came out strong. 3rd game was pretty even. Then they pulled out ahead with a couple misplays, a couple mental mistakes, and then Sparks had a ridiculous Fire Giant steal, and Pompon hit everyone with his bowler. And after that, we just played it smart with our lead there and just took it from there and won.
Very nice. Very nice. Bart, do you have any comments or things about the previous Curse tournament?
I watched that play back on my stream yesterday. In general, my biggest kind of question, I think, for Curse specifically would be kind of the Pon Hercules play came out of nowhere. Was that something you guys were holding kind of in the deck, waiting to bring out, or was that something you've been practicing up? Was that your plan going into the tournament? Just Hercules and Pon, where did that come from?
Yeah, we've been practicing a lot of different comps just to confuse our opponents. Like we played Hercules mid, and we also played Hercules side lane. So when we played Hercules mid, it worked out pretty well. He got first blood, but it really just didn't carry through to late game. And so then we just picked Hercules again, and instead of putting him mid, we put him side lane, hopefully to confuse our opponents. And Pon has been practicing Hercules, Best has been practicing Hercules, been doing both in scrims, and they just played really well. And and it showed in the tournament. So that's pretty much it.
Nice. So
will you ever put best on her again?
No, hell no. Do you see him play on her? Are you kidding me? No.
I hear that the best is as an Alquang mid is extremely difficult to deal with.
Yeah, we like to put him on Alcon, Ra, Agni, the simple guys that he can handle.
Well, in the light of the changes, you're still going to put him on Ra, you think?
No, probably not. I feel like Ra's becoming more of a side lane without his beam doing so much damage, or not double hitting or triple hitting. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. We haven't really played him. I don't think we will play him now with Poseidon buff. I think, Alcon, Agni, Poseidon, even Hell became stronger than Ra. So, I think he'll be a pretty low tier pick, unless people put him to the side lane to support an AD there.
Cool. Well, that covers the Curse tournament. Now on to the MyR.eu tournament, which was a little small. There was, I think, 6 teams that participated. Curse, BLG, Reason, and MyR.eu were amongst them, Vivacity, and that was it. So, Curse and blg.na ended up in the first round. Where do they seed these tournaments from? That's okay. How did you guys feel about that particular game? I see BLG won. It was an interesting game because didn't Pon have some connection issues as well?
Yeah, like we had the worst luck that game. Pon had his power out and didn't get it back for 3 hours until after the first game, and then me and Shadowq DC'd as well. So it was just really bad luck. We didn't want to restart the game. We just played through it.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a win, but it felt like a shitty win when we got it. But we're gonna take it anyways.
Yeah.
Not gonna complain. I'll just take it.
Not gonna complain.
Yeah.
But you guys,
it was what it was. There's no hard feeling. Like, that kind of stuff happens, and
yeah,
just
the banes of playing over the internet and having to
Yeah,
deal with
exactly.
electricity. Pay your power bills. That's all you got to remember. So then, Stermes, you guys beat Reason Gaming. Was that a pretty handy match, or did you guys have any tough time with them?
For the first, say, 15, 20 minutes, it was pretty close, and then we ended up taking a tower and snowballed off that, and
Nice.
we ended up winning.
Cool. And then Spooh and Stermes, did you guys have a fun best of 3 in that?
Honestly, no, because I played the entire series with 5 FPS. But like you can see the picture here. I'll link to the Stermes. It's it was kind of painful, but we played pretty well considering it was almost a 4v5 because what we did was picking me the easiest gods ever. I played Hades. All I had to do was jump in and ult, and then even though I couldn't see anything in that fight, I still did work. So I guess it worked out sort of. But so we won the first game. I think BLG took the second.
Yeah, we took the second one on our server.
And the third, yeah.
And the third one, that one, you guys were actually winning for
Yeah.
a little while there. And then we managed to turn it around. I forgot how we turned that around. Too long ago.
It was a tower dive. I think we did something pretty
Maybe.
stupid.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you guys about this whole... there's been several games lately where some team will be leading, and then suddenly there'll be one bad engagement, and then it's just like, wah, they just get rolled over. Like, I think it happened with the SK versus blg.eu. They were like really even up into like 25 minutes, and then blg.eu got wiped, and SK just ran into the win it. Like, they got Fire Giant, they got Gold Fury, they did all the stuff right off of that. So, like, is that just some sort of new meta? Try and wipe them? Not really a new meta, but it's a good strategy, of course. But how would you, as a team, try and deal with that? Try not to all get killed at the same time? That late in the game? Nobody? Who
It's
wants
sort of it turns out that way because of the respawn timers. Honestly, after like 20 minutes or 25 minutes, the respawn timers are so long that if your entire team dies, you basically lose. So, like, just losing that engagement straight on and losing 5 people is game changing.
Yeah, late game is really all about positioning and sticking together and just having ward control. Because if you get caught out late game, you're gonna lose the game.
Yeah, it's so important positioning wise. Like, if one person get caught, even if it's like, like your support or just your carry or something like that, it's just usually from there they know what they have to do to take advantage of that, whether it be buff control, fire giant, gold, etc. It's frustrating, but it does happen.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up for our curse discussion. Now on to the most exciting discussion of the weekend was the. Ooh, what?
I'm excited.
Ooh.
I'm excited
Oh yes.
because I get to ask all these fine gentlemen about the Vampiric Shroud Hand of the Gods mid.
Oh, the wild card event.
Is that what the most important thing of the weekend was?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I will say
Jumped
it
the
is.
gun there.
I will say it is. Yes. So we have the wild card event. It is basically every team known to man got in to play this game. There was like 30 teams? No, participants. 37 teams signed up to play, and it was a very long but very quick series over the weekend. And thank you, Dry Bear, for casting that, and DM for getting it all worked out. Bart for also casting it too. So, like, what would you take away from this whole wild card event, aside from that SK came on top and they beat out blg.eu? Like, got the brackets here somewhere, and they also beat out Vex Gaming for the Vex is taking the second place. So go for it, Bart.
Well, basically, yeah. My question is, Vampiric Shroud, Hand of the Gods, mid, Sayo, steamrolling so very, very hard. Does it work against any of the teams of you guys' caliber? Any of the invited teams? Do you think this is a shift in the meta game? Do you think it's actually that effective, or he was just able to get an early lead and snowball it?
Most teams, I think, contest red buffs. I don't really think him getting a hog and what was the Vampiric Shroud would really be too effective. I think if we saw the mid lane Hell get a hog, we would punish that really hard by ganking him all the time. So I don't really think that would work out.
Does it, in your opinion, kind of to everybody, does that style of play, is it really worth it in Smite to go for that style of play where you kind of prioritize farm on a single kind of hero or god or champion or whatever, and run them as that in that hard carry style, which is basically what he was doing, right? Taking farm from his side lanes in a really big way. They were pretty under leveled. The supports you saw not getting their third items really until pretty late in those games. Can that be an effective strategy in high level play?
I mean, I guess. Oh, go ahead, Ally. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, all I was gonna say was as far as like them just shoving all their faith into Sayo. The one thing that has with my eyes is jungle buffs do. It gives a lot of gold. A lot of gold experience. It was able to help him snowball out of control, mid. On Hell, I wouldn't want to put that faith on Hell because you want her alive, and like that's the goal. Like, you see Hell, you want to take her out of the fight immediately anyway. But as far as like that style, like just giving all the farm to one person, etc. Like I'm indifferent to it. I'm not too sure how it would work out. I don't really like the fact that he got all the buffs and snowball out of control, but it's still just Hell. Like even with a lot of farm, like she's very limited on her cooldowns, etc. So I'm not too sure what to really say about it other than that. Yeah, it worked out for them, but against like Stermes team, etc. Like, so I know for a Stermes team, you get Stermes and Wigby, the Alpha, and they'd be all on top of side. They'd be like, "Sorry, where you going?" But like Zapman's team, like the best won't have that. Like he's very excellent mid. So and same thing with Spooh too. Like just go ham on that. So I'm not too sure how it would work out against like the caliber of play like everyone in this Skype call. So
it's sort of a strategy they've developed against us because we tend to just let Spray do the red buff himself, and we noticed that the games where we didn't help him at all and Sayo got the red buffs, he just snowballed so hard. So if you don't react to it, it's really, really effective, but you just have to react to it and just kill. If you kill the 2 first red buffs, you're fine, honestly. On your side.
I also think that control of the whole jungle is very important. That's something at least our team prioritizes. So we always try to contest red buffs. I don't think we would let mid do it themselves. So we'd always contest it.
I kind of, just seems like that conversation is petering out a little bit, but I would like to get your guys' opinion. Is there anything, if you guys watched the tournament, which I know some of you did any of the teams surprise you? Any of the play, any of the players? Without, you don't necessarily have to go into specifics. You don't feel comfortable doing it, but like I know, for instance, that I was very impressed by Cat's Meow, as well as Vex NA. Their performances are really strong, I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Vex is definitely they're up and coming. Like there's something obviously just isn't there yet, but they're definitely working on it, getting better. Cat's Meow, like I don't know where, like what, like they they did pretty good. Like I've never heard of them ever in my life, so like for them, like they did pretty well. I definitely look. I always like look at the teams that are up and coming, or start joining tournaments, whatever, and it's pretty impressive. And I was really impressed with SK. I feel like they stepped up their game for the most part. I know Get Fit was doing. He carried with like Ares one game. I was very impressed. And then so I've always been a Smec fan. So, but yeah, those are like you said. Like, those are my top 3 teams I was looking at for the tournament as well.
Yeah, I'm actually big fans of Vex Gaming NA because one of my friends from the old game I used to play, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Adonis, he's on that team, and I'm really close with him. So we also try to scrim Vex a lot too, and they've really been improving every time we scrim them. So I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, I love Adonis. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's great.
I like seeing new teams coming up. It's just, what could be better than more competition? It just makes more excitement, makes the tournaments more interesting from start to finish versus just finish or just start, depending on how they're seeded. And so, I mean, what more could you ask for? So, Bart, do you have anything else you would like to say? Because I know you have to leave in a few minutes.
Anything else that I would like to say?
Or talk about.
Allied looks really cute smoking cigarettes indoors.
I try. The stream can't see it, so like
Right.
YOLO. So.
Oh, we're not on video for this.
He is. It's just it froze on that
Frozen
particular one.
on the stream. But
You have to refresh it.
Okay.
Pro time Skype.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess the conversation should probably go around the 10K.
Yes.
That's coming up, of course, and and I guess we have the other kind of thing to talk about is that Vivacity is merged now with blg.eu.
Yep.
And they're now going to be fighting under the name blg.eu. I don't know the specifics of it, but I imagine it's Restarian is basically moving over with them. Is that accurate?
I was actually trying to get in contact with.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics of the move. I know it's like 3 players from Vivacity.
Yeah, it's 3 players from Vivacity and 2 from BLG, and they're going to be going under BLG's name, and they're going to have to fight Vex for
Vex
basically the spot. So Vex has another shot in getting in, and so does BLG. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be quite interesting.
So the way it's going to work, right, is that Vivacity has been basically disqualified from the tournament for changing their roster, and they will have an opportunity to now face off against the team that came in second in the qualifier in a best of 3 for that for that 7th seed, or maybe SK gets bumped up to 7 and they become the 8th seed. I think that they maintain this is the battle for the 7th seed. We'll have to get with DM to kind of clarify that.
It's the 8th seed.
It's the 8th.
I saw it.
Yeah. So
SK got bumped up.
The 7, and now these guys fight over basically that 8th seed. And I know that Vex is considered the lower seed, so they will start on NA in this best of 3 Vivacity, of course, being in a European team. I mean, I guess there's probably not too much to talk about there. I mean, do you guys have any opinion on that? I mean, I think the ruling's fine. I think that's not really that interesting to talk about. But the, is there a team that do you guys have any particular feelings going up against either of these teams? And if we look at the brackets, we'll know exactly who's going up against them first. I don't have it up here in front of me, but I want to say BLG.na. Is it you guys that would face the 7th seed in round 1?
No, we're facing Reason first.
Okay, so you guys Reason.
We're facing SK.
MyR.eu, yeah.
It would be 2. Okay, right. It would be 2. Okay, so My Revenge versus, do you guys would you prefer to face the European team in this situation? So you're always playing on a EU server, or do you have an opinion there at all, Spooh?
Yeah, we would like to face European teams because first of all, they're the teams we actually practice against. We can't scrim against Zapman's team, Allied's team, or Stermes' team because of time zones and stuff like that. So we're much more comfortable playing against European teams because first of all, EU server, and second of all, we have practice against them, so we sort of know how they play.
That's good.
Try tank.
I guess my final thought here, and I do need to split here really quickly, guys. I'm sorry about this, but the is Agni coming back in a competition play this weekend and for the upcoming tournaments? Yes. I know, very big deal for Spooh, of course. Can you guys just kind of talk about that quickly? Just in general, how the game's been without Agni, him coming back in, your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions.
With Agni gone, it's brought the rise of Quang. The Rise of Quang. It's a new movie coming out, by the way, next week. But anyway, honestly, Quang has never been more scary since Agni hasn't kept him in check. Ra versus Quang, like it just turns out to a farm fest every single time. And Quang with that farm, whew, not to mention just in mid to late game, scenarios like he's a great jungle fighter, etc. But hopefully with Agni coming back, be a lot more Agni picks, a lot less Quang picks. With Ra nerf though, I don't know. Quang will probably be picked a lot more, but yeah, that's all. The only thing I've noticed is just the trend of Quang. That's about it. It's just Quang everywhere.
We've been banning Thor a lot, but we're probably going to switch it to Agni because we hate Agni.
Pretty much.
I faced him today, and I was like, oh my god, this is why I hate playing against him.
What do you hate about him specifically?
This is so much burst damage and his AoE, it's just ridiculous. So,
I love him.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Shocker.
So much utility, so much burst. Just
Spooh, what do you like about him aside from the burst?
I don't know. He's easy to play. It's really, really, really hard to kill him. Our entire team can pick him up, so we can put him anywhere. He fits every single team comp in the game. It's not like you need to pick him because you have this setup. You can just pick him, and then you can pick a setup without him, sort of.
Yeah, he'll work with whatever you got.
He fits
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stermes, what do you think?
He's good on our rock that we have for mid, so it's good.
Nice. Nice.
you can't go wrong with Agni. Just you pick him. Like, oh well, it doesn't even matter. It's still good.
So is he able to outpush Ao Kwang, or is he going to be a counter to Ao when that makes the whole trend?
Well,
Well,
oh, sorry, go on.
he could harass him from long range, and it's a big thing, and set up a lot of
Just
ganks
force
on
him out of lane.
Yeah.
It's if you see like Jerb's playstyle is put down a tornado, run to left lane, gank it, and Agni can sort of not counter it, but he can just charge through the wave and then follow if he's trying to gank, and then he won't lose that much XP. If you're like Ra, it's sort of hard to kill the wave and then follow the Aquan because Aquan can be there so fast.
Now, here's a question. As Agni, if you dash through a tornado, do you take its dot effect?
No. If you dash all the way through it, you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends. Like as long as you dash, like as the animation's going down, you won't get hit with the tick. You gotta stand in the NATO for a second before Quang's dot, go on you.
That's right. Okay.
If the tornado is down and you charge through it, you're gonna take the damage.
Okay. Thank you very much for clarifying that. Bart, anything else?
Good day, gentlemen, and I will see you in half an hour for a live show of my own.
Yes.
But yeah, I think this was a great start, and I hope to do this all again very soon, guys. Thank you, DeamonMachine, for hosting us, and thank you guys for taking calls from the viewers as well. And
Yes.
shout out to the Twitch chat, and I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Good day.
Good day, sir.
See ya, Bart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to open up the phones for questions to our panelists about various things. You can call us up on, let me get a text up here that says things, on Smite Talk on Skype. Pretty simple. Where is the title? There it is. Wipe. Not the exclamation point. All right. Put that over there. There. Call us up on Skype, please, and do ask us some questions. One thing I would like to find out from you guys is who do you think is going to win the 10K? And why? Now, I want to start off with... Okay, we're going to do this in a very exciting fashion. I'm going to start off with each person, and you can't pick your team. You have to tell one of the other teams why you think they have the best chance of winning aside from your team, and why. So, Allied, you go first.
Who do I think would win the 10K, but other than my team?
Right.
Right? Alright. Curse, because Zapman's really smart. It's really obnoxious how smart he is. And his picking's really good. And I think he'll be able to lead his team to victory because he's stupid. But at the same time, he's so smart. Like, it's ridiculous. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Fair
I
enough.
think.
Stermes? Stermes, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with Curse also, just because they've been playing really strongly the past month, and they just, I don't know, they're really hard to beat right now.
Any particular reason that you have noticed? What makes them difficult?
They have this really stupid, aggressive play that we're trying to find out how to counter right now, and it's annoying because we can't find out how to counter it just yet. So it's that play style that they're using to beat us, and that's really what's giving them this really heavy lead, just because of their play style and the fact that they're all really strong players with it.
Cool. Zapman, what do you think?
Probably have to say Root. My boy Shang, sometimes he's unstoppable. He's really good. They just play really well together. They collapse really well. They just play really smart, and every time they're so hard to team fight against. Their positioning is really good. They're tanks. They really control the fight really well, and every time we play them, it's just been like amazing games, so close. And yeah, I love pretty much all those guys there, so I'm pretty sure they would probably win it.
Nice. Spooh?
I'm gonna have to go with Curse because no pressure. we haven't played them in a while, and I've seen some of the streams, and they seem to do really well. Yeah, like we haven't played them in forever, so I don't really know how it feels to play against, but it seems really solid play.
Nice. Awesome. So, yeah, if anybody would like to call us up and ask any questions, feel free to call us up on Skype at Smite Talk. You can just put it in there and send me a message, and I will call you. Anybody have anything that they want to bring up about the tournament that maybe hasn't been brought up yet?
Just that we have to use like the equipment at PAX. I wonder how that's going to be. Like, if I don't like the mouse, you know what I mean?
I would actually suggest. Did DM tell you that you're specifically going to have to use their stuff?
I don't know. I think that's what he told me.
I would pack your mouse and keyboard up, because typically what happens in most LANs that I've understood is that the players bring their own keyboard and mice and they just jack them into the computers that are there. And
okay,
so
awesome.
I just pack them up and bring them with you
I
just
need
in
my
case.
mouse.
Yeah, at the very least, bring your
My
mouse.
equipment just in case, but I was told that you definitely have to use the equipment, and yeah, like it's a big deal. Like so, like I don't know why, but apparently we have to use like their Alienware.
That's probably
stuff,
part of it.
So
Yeah, they seem pretty adamant about it. So.
More of the sponsorship aspect of it, making you guys
Yeah.
play on the stuff so that way you can get off and be like, I love this Alienware stuff so much. I would like
Just help
some.
me win, yeah.
This helped me win. And then you walk home with new Alienware keyboard and mouse. What do you guys think of the prizes? I mean, this is the largest prize pool thus far in Smite. You guys
So
excited?
I'm pumped. I mean, it's just a big launch for like the whole esports scene. You got Zapman be able to like after when he wins or if he wins whatever smile for the camera. And then you got like My Revenge. Sadly, not gonna be there, but like like it's gonna be big for the EU scene. And then you got Stermes and blg.na, and I know like at least most of them are gonna be there. I assume so. Like it'll be pretty good. Just publicity for everyone, and it's gonna be hype. We're all gonna hang out. And yeah, we're gonna eat chicken. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, Stermies won't be there though. Nobody from BLG is coming.
The
The one issue that most of the teams have is it was announced so late that they were going to be there and that they were going to have any kind of event going on that most people didn't have any type of preparation for it. So
I found that to be really just sloppy. Like because I didn't even like we were just going to hang out. Like that was just it. Like we just wanted to meet up, hang out, talk doo-doo, whatever, right? Just hang out, whatever, have a good time without like the tournament pressure. And then just last second, we'll you better be there all 3 days because I'm like, what the, like so. It was just very unexpected.
Yeah, it was
as
a big
far as,
bomb
like,
drop.
Yeah.
I know
But
me and
it's
Pom
cool.
scrambled to get our ticket.
Yeah, like it's cool, but at the same time, it's like just
Yeah.
please a little bit more notification for future LAN events, etc. Like,
yeah, as far as I know, this was actually kind of a last-minute deal with going to PAX anyway. It was more like they hadn't planned on going, and then the community was very outspoken. It was like, we want something at PAX. We want to do something. And they're like, oh, crap, we need to do something. And so I really like the fact that they did do something, and they're not just like, yeah, we're not going, so tough. We're playing an online event, so all you guys who are at PAX can't play. That'd suck. I do like the fact that it's a mixed online /LAN. I wonder how it's going to be rather interesting. Are they going to host all this stuff on their home servers, and we're going to be playing from over the internet at PAX, so I mean, it could run the risk of you guys that are actually at the event running a higher ping than like EU, with all the internet that's going to be sucked up there. How many of you guys have been to PAX before?
I think I have, but for like a different tournament. I've been to like Boston and stuff before plenty of times, just not like exactly in PAX. Like no.
Okay, I think I have.
Yeah, I've never been to any convention. I'm really excited to go to this one. It's my first one, and
Oh, it's
I'm
so
just
much
really
fun.
excited. Yeah.
It's so much fun. I can't. Last year was just a blast. I will say it was so exciting, especially when we got to see Smite for the first time, and me and my cohort Rebel got to be like media pass, and so we got to sit down and play it for a while. Not have to wait in that hour-and-a-half line. That was fun. Well, seems like everybody's gun-shy about calling, so I guess we'll just wrap it up now and have it be a nice, short starting show. So thank you, all of my lovely panelists here, for joining me. You guys are awesome, and thanks for coming. Allied, Stermes, Zapman, and Spooh. We will be likely doing this next week at this time as well. The time right now isn't set in stone. We're just trying to figure out what's going to be the best time for the most people at the same time. So we want to try and get... The biggest problem is we have to avoid Bart's stream, which is from 3 to 7, and that's like all the good time.
Prime time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, because I want to make sure that it's very EU-friendly, so like Spooh and the EU viewers can watch, and I also want to try and make it North American-friendly, so, of course they can watch it too. So we're trying to avoid that 7 to 8 o'clock time because it's still really late for the EU. So we'll just have to keep poking and seeing what we can get. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll be having our next show next week at this time, and that will be the day before we leave for PAX. Oh, will you guys be here Wednesday? Is anybody leaving for PAX on Wednesday? No?
No, not me.
I'm
Okay.
leaving Thursday.
Yeah, because
Thursday morning.
me and Rebel are flying out Thursday morning, and so we'll be there. So we do plan to do a Beyond the River Styx, which is the new name for Beyond the Rift, from PAX. So if you guys are going to be there, please hit us up. We'll be hanging out with hi-rez and walking around with our microphone and cameras and stuff. So that'll be very exciting. And thank you very much for joining us. And have a good day.
All right, thanks for having me. See you.
See ya.